Hi everyone, Kimberly here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to class. Today I'm going to be guiding you through a meditation about 15 or 20 minutes. So just hop into something comfortable and join me when you are ready. Before we begin, I'm just going to explain a little bit about this meditation technique that we are going to be practicing today. It is called open awareness meditation, which is also known as insight meditation or mindfulness meditation. The reason it is called this is because during this meditation, we are not necessarily trying to create or discover anything new, anything that is not already a part of our experience. Instead, we are learning to be with our experience in a way that gives us more peace, clarity, compassion for ourselves and others. In open awareness, we move through our senses. We'll start with our sounds, external sounds, then we'll move into our physical body, and then finally we will end with our inner worlds of thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Simply practicing this form of meditation to become the investigator of these experiences. I encourage you to become the explorer or the investigator. So stay connected to that role and really observe everything that's coming up without judging, without labeling it good or bad, simply becoming aware of everything that is being known. To begin, I invite you to find a comfortable seated position of your choice. You can sit cross-legged on your yoga mat or sit up on a meditation pillow or on a yoga block or even a pillow. You can sit on a chair. If you are sitting on a chair, I do encourage you to be sure that your back is against the back of the chair, and if not, you might want to prop yourself up with a pillow just to help you to stay sitting up with an alert posture with a nice long spine. So once you arrive here, just take a moment to settle in. So you might want to close your eyes or just soften your gaze, connecting to your natural breathing and checking in with your alignment. So allow your face to relax, your jaw to relax. Feel your shoulders relaxing back and down. And just feel a beautiful line of energy from the crown of your head all the way down to the space between your sitting bones. As you continue to sit up nice and tall here, the crown of your head extending up towards the sky. And just for the first couple of moments, allow your mind and body to transition here away from what was just happening, so whatever you were doing or thinking about, and arrive into this moment, this me time that you've carved in, and honor this time, because during this time you do not have to worry about or think about anything else. You have nowhere to go and nowhere to be during this time. So we spend most of our day thinking about the future or ruminating on the past, but it is during meditation where we cultivate focused attention on the present moment. In open awareness, we are going to do so by bringing our awareness to different anchor points throughout the practice, keeping us present, and just giving us the ability, the possibility to find a state of inner calm and equanimity in our mind. Because it's really impossible, right, to reach a state of calm when the mind is constantly oscillating between the past and the future. So let's use this time here and now to reach an inner state of equanimity in the mind. That being said, this isn't an experience of avoiding whatever is here, but rather moving into a place of accepting it. So again, you're not trying to avoid that you're having a thought or that you're hearing something or that you're experiencing something, but rather being aware of it and becoming curious about it without judging it, without trying to make a story about it, simply removing yourself, taking a step back and becoming the observer of this experience is what you're going to be doing today in this meditation. Before I begin formally guiding you, I invite you to bring your awareness to 2 points. First, what is the motivation for this practice for you today? So why are you here? What are you looking to get out of this practice? What is a goal that you might have? Why did you come to meditation today? And just whatever is coming up, whatever comes to your mind, just let that be and just Think about that, let your mind be with that for a few moments. And secondly, I would like you to consider, what could you be grateful for in this moment? What is something or some things you could be grateful for right now? It could be this ability to meditate, the support that you have, this guidance, or maybe it's your warm indoor space that you're practicing from, this safe space that you have to stay during this time. It could be your health, it could be a loved one or a friend, whatever is coming up. Just let that be in your mind now for a few moments. Just a few things that you can be grateful for. Alright, and then as we begin, just connecting back now to that comfortable yet alert posture that you are sitting in. Continue to lengthen through the spine, feeling uplifted, awake, aware, and perhaps even excited for this practice. Connecting to your natural breathing in and out through the nose. Notice how it feels to arrive to this space. Following the breath for its entire duration if you can, and perhaps with your mind's eye, visualizing the breath as it moves into the nose, through the back of the mouth, down the throat, into the chest, and all the way down into the belly. Maybe the belly rises on the inhale and softly, gently falls on the exhale. If you notice in this moment that you are feeling over-energized, you can bring your attention to the grounding qualities of that exhale. So as you exhale, in particular, bring your awareness to that feeling of being grounded and centered and really present, really connected. On the other hand, if you are feeling tired or groggy, bring your attention to the energetic inhale. So maybe just when the air reaches the nostrils, notice how it feels, that invigorating and uplifting sensation of the inhale. Simply take a few more long, deep, slow, smooth inhales and exhales here on your own. And then take a moment to scan through the body as you're breathing here. So you might notice any obvious areas of tension, and you can start to soften those areas just by bringing your awareness to them. So it could be your jaw or your neck, your shoulders, your hands or your feet. If you're feeling any tension, bring your awareness gently to those places and begin to soften them. And now we'll begin with our first anchor point, sounds. So start now to bring your awareness to sounds. And as you sit here in your peaceful, quiet space for meditation, notice what sounds might be in your awareness in this moment. It might simply be the sound of my voice, or perhaps there are other people in your house, or a pet, indoor appliances. If you have a window open, you might hear the breeze or some birds outside, or just some sounds from outside, a car passing by perhaps. Without labeling or creating an image of the source of these sounds, just simply stay with listening to the sounds, to what is being heard. And as you stay here with the sounds, notice how sounds arise and fall, how they come and go without us having to do anything. The sounds change, they shift. Perhaps the sound is louder and then it becomes softer, or it just disappears altogether. If you find yourself being pulled into thoughts here, which is completely normal, gently guide your attention back to sounds, back to being the observer and the investigator of sounds. What is the softest, quietest sound that you can hear? Might even be the sound of your breath. Now I'll invite you to welcome in physical sensations. So we're moving into our second anchor point. Please bring that same open, receptive awareness that we just had with sounds to any sensations in the body in this moment. Again, try not to label or judge these sensations. It might be the feeling of your hands resting on your laps that you can observe, or the feeling of your connection to the earth if you're sitting on a yoga mat or in a chair. It might be the sensation now of breathing. So you might be able to notice that subtle rise and fall of the chest or even the belly. Scan through your body and bring your attention to any physical sensations you are feeling and experiencing right now. Again, notice if you become lost in thought at any time. And if you do, simply come back to our object of awareness, which right now is physical sensations. What does it feel like to be in a body? Do you notice any tingling happening in your body? Be really curious here and just open to everything that comes up. And if you find it hard to connect with a physical sensation, maybe you can find a place in the body that feels really good, really supported, really comfortable. And what does that feel like? If you find yourself lost in thought, gently guide yourself back to being investigative and curious about physical sensations. And perhaps in the same way as we notice sounds come and go, become aware of how each sensation in the body arises and falls away in each moment. Allow yourself to be with that quality of change, that endless shifting and transforming of our experience. Allow yourself to be curious about it. Each and every time that you notice your mind drifting off into thoughts, and you gently bring your awareness back to your object of awareness, physical sensation, you are experiencing a moment of mindfulness. And that is a moment to smile and rejoice, because the more moments that we can have like that on any given day in our lives, the more freedom we have in our minds and in our experiences. Finally, I invite you to bring your attention to your inner world, so thoughts, feelings, emotions. Going inward now to the mind, just noticing any thoughts or emotions that might be coming up instead of attempting to turn away from them or push them away or shut off to them, bring a sense of curious awareness to thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And just like sounds and physical sensations come and go, see if you can notice the same thing happening with thoughts. See if you can observe that happening in your own mind. What thoughts are being known now, and now, and now? Connect and identify not with the thoughts themselves, but with the awareness of it, with the awareness of them. See yourself as the sky here, the clear blue sky, open and receptive of the clouds and the storm, perhaps even the sun, the weather that is always changing, because you are not the weather, you are the sky. And in this open sky, all of these thoughts and emotions and sensations, even sounds, simply arise and fall and shift and change. And notice, particularly when you are getting pulled into a storyline of a thought. So notice when a particular thought has maybe a weight to it, and if it leads to another thought, and instead of getting caught up in these thoughts, notice that you are doing that instead of simply being aware. Like, hey, there's a thought here, right? So instead of being aware that there's a thought, notice when you are getting caught up in your thoughts. And take a step back and bring yourself back to our object of awareness, which is thoughts themselves, not what they mean, not the story that they tell, but just that there's a thought. And perhaps try to consider, what does this thought feel like in your body? So is it leading you towards another thought again, or towards any feelings in the body? And just be curious about it. For the last few moments of this meditation, I invite you now to open up to all of it. So sounds, physical sensations, thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Just be the explorer of your own experience. And just watch how your attention might move from one thing to the next. So it might be a sound, and then it might be a sensation, and then a thought, right? And then it just keeps shifting and changing. And be with that movement from a place of awareness. Reminding yourself here not to judge, not to label anything good or bad. This is just an experience. This is just your experience right now in this moment. Keeping the eyes closed, before we come out of this practice, take a moment here to thank yourself for making the effort to be with yourself in whatever your experience was. And what's really beautiful is that you took this time to get to know yourself in a really meaningful way. So just send some love and gratitude to yourself. And begin to relax the attention now, perhaps deepening the breath, blinking your eyes open, coming back to this space. And take a moment to notice here if there is a change or shift in the quality of your mind, your body, your attention. Just notice anything that you're feeling right now as a result of this practice. And in closing, I just wanted to recap here that open awareness or mindfulness meditation is a tool to help us step back from an experience, to see it as an experience, right? That is always changing and shifting and ebbing and flowing. And with a greater awareness of that flow and change that is inevitable and consistent, we really have a greater ability to have equanimity in our minds and in our lives, right? And there are just so many benefits to this practice. We can have less stress and anxiety, sleep better, have a sense of clarity and inner calm, and just have more compassion for ourselves and for others and our relationship with other people and with what we do in the world. I hope that this practice helped you to step back and to become curious and just investigate what was happening and to cultivate that sense of clarity and even calm. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions about this practice or anything about meditation or any questions at all that came up, please do comment below. I'd be happy to answer those questions for you. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I hope you have a peaceful rest of your day or night, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.